You in first grade eating some salad.
Like you would like you know how kids used to hate salad. Like I want a salad for a snack. I eat it on the side of dinner. You know, I have a salad for breakfast sometimes. So like, I love salad. So it's gonna be interesting because I'll go through one of them family bag salads in like 2 or 3 days.
So fast.
It's good though.
So,
I mean, that is a good thing. Because some people struggle with eating like greens and vegetables, and
I definitely get it in me. Why you think I love Olive Garden so much? That's another part of the reason I love that place.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
they
We will
known for
smash
that?
some. Listen, when I say when we go together, we be feeling so bad for the waitress. Like, bitch, bring an extra arm while you at it.
Remember when we went for my birthday earlier this year in Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like keep it going.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I don't know if
We
my
both
salads are
love
the
the cheese.
healthiest unless I consciously make sure that they're healthier, but I definitely have hella salad.
Because when I eat salad, one, I don't like them, and then of course I can make them taste a lot better, which I guess they do. But then when I eat them, I try to be intentional about how healthy they are. So I usually don't add cheese. If it's meat, it's like chicken. The dressing is
She
like
always the more disciplined one of the three.
like some sort of balsamic vinaigrette or like things like that are like really like a healthier salad dressing.
So it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. For me personally, so I'm like in the middle, y'all. Sometimes I'll make my own olive oil dressing and my own croutons from like bread and shit by myself, and then no meat, nothing extra, just like those 3 things. And then sometimes I'm in the mood for like a salad like this motherfucker with everything on that.
Hold on, because most of my salads, the most consistent way I make it, because I'm always in a rush, right? Because I never really sit still.
Yeah.
So the most consistent salad I have is lettuce, bacon bits, and cheese and dressing. Now,
which is the most
if the works that you're talking
ingredients.
about, I'm adding onions, the little ham chunk things, egg, and chicken to that motherfucker.
Technically,
That's
bacon, cheese, the egg. Yeah, all that is not technically.
Who said that was? I don't understand. What? I never said that. I was just saying that I don't do all the works all the time. That was my point. My point was my simple salad is bacon bits and cheese and dressing. And then my other salad with all the works is all the other stuff I mentioned. I didn't say that there was
simple salad is still unhealthy.
I never debated that.
Oh.
that was not up for debate.
Yeah.
We good then.
Well, top of salads. Well, I definitely want to before we get into the topic. I know we're also running out of time. There's been a lot
already.
Right.
There's got an hour 10.
There's been I think there's been a lot of stuff that has happened since like our last show, which was after Halloween.
It was after Halloween. What was it about?
The first week of November.
Oh, dating, the bad dating stories.
So what has happened since? I mean, there's been a lot. I think this happened in the world, unfortunately. But we can talk about all that. Anything new for folks?
What, world news or like us?
I guess just y'all first.
Well, for me, sorry, I really had to clear my throat. So for me, nothing's really new. I mean, the same things are going on, except for like school is in overdrive right now. This week I have a paper due. I have a paper due. There's an exam I have to take for Spanish, which is kicking my ass. So these next 3 weeks are going to be highly stressful for me because it's a paper due this week. It's a final exam next week. It's another final exam the week after. So it's just a lot school-wise for me right now.
Help, I'm telling you. Message Kirsten on Facebook.
Will help with what, Spanish?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might take you up on that.
When I say she speaks fluent Spanish, you would think she was Hispanic.
Well, yeah, I might have to ask her for some help because this last week I'm learning the verb ser. And their verb
is you conjugating the verbs too?
Yes,
it's
annoying because it changes. And I have this chart I have like, okay, if I'm doing my homework because it's submitted in this online portal thing, and it gives me as much time as I want, which is the good thing. But I'm like, okay, is it a
I have
stoy, a stand?
PTSD. I have PTSD.
Son,
When
femenino,
I had Spanish in
masculino.
high school, that's what made me flunk out was the motherfucker conjugating them punk ass verbs.
It
And
is
when I
not
asked
fun.
for help, the teacher with them ugly ass braces with her old ass.
I remember her.
I'm not gonna go back and help you. Well, bitch, the fuck you want me to do then?
When I say that when I get done with these, because I have to take Spanish for the next until I graduate.
Ooh, enjoy.
So when I say I am going to be done with Spanish, I don't even want to learn it no more. I don't want to use it. I used to think I wanted to be bilingual, like that'd be cool. Fuck no.
You will get paid more for that because Kirsten gets paid what the fuck she weigh because
when
she's
I
bilingual.
say I don't think I'm gonna retain it.
It's
I think I'm gonna be traumatized by it.
So I agree, and that's why it's harder to learn a language as an adult. And I think it's because I had to take Spanish my last couple semesters in college because it was just a requirement, and I didn't finish in high school, and I had, I guess, horrible advising that let me go through school without taking a class that would eventually become required. And I think the system obviously fails a lot of students, things like that, and letting stuff go through the cracks.
I have my clones with having to take gen eds at all. To be completely honest, but that's another conversation.
And I had to take it, and it was the hardest thing ever because at this point in life, I'm trying to graduate. Undergrad. I'm in my last couple semesters, and the last thing you thinking about is this damn elective that you got to take. So it's so hard to focus on, or it's not like it'll be different. If Spanish was your only class, you can focus on that. But we have everything else on top of life, and I got to learn another language. Yeah, I'm not gonna retain.
Yeah, and I'm big grown too. Like I have like 3 jobs. Like I don't need this shit. What's going on with you?
Let's see. I just went to see Wakanda Forever. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I am going to say that was a brilliant ass motherfucking movie. I cried from start to finish for many different reasons. I will say one of the main reasons is because Black people are fucking amazing.
Period. We'll touch on that a little later.
I had to cry at the awesomeness for real, because y'all just made me want to hug myself type shit. Like I fucking love Black people. So yeah, it was a really good movie. What else is new with me? I went to a concert randomly this past Wednesday and fell asleep the whole time.
Oh.
And look, Auntie old. I didn't even know the bitch that was singing. So, and then we got so high on the way there. I found a couch and went straight to sleep.
Where was it at?
House of Blues. It was Jessie Reyes, which her music, from like what I heard on the way there, was dope. But
shit. To go to a concert late on a Wednesday is hard.
Yes, when you used to be in, laying down by like 8:00 type shit. So it was
especially if it's not like that's turn up like concerts. Just
definitely not a turn up concert. There was one person out of the entire place that was turning up, and he almost got jumped by everybody in the building because I swear he was pissing us all off. He didn't get no fuck about nobody around him. Like he didn't have no sense of like personal space. So say for instance, you see how we standing right here. He's singing and rapping the lyrics. He all like this and like, damn, like, can you put your fucking arm down, bro? Like the fuck, we already packed in this bitch as it is. So he was annoying as fuck. Apparently he had a body odor. He had like a stink breath and all kind of shit going on with him too. So yeah, so he was just up in there offending people. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just like on a little self-discovery journey. So I just been getting to know me again, and that's pretty much it.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I mean, nothing super new for me. I just got back from California on our last show. So I'm here for a bit, just getting ready for the holidays, whatever that looks like. And yeah, I'm still growing and learning too. I think that never stops, despite what situation you're in, or
if you really about your growth, it will never stop. Because there's some people that fake it.
Yeah, or you run into things or people that without realizing you might stunt your growth or stop your growth. And then when you get out of those things, you're like, wow.
Right. All of a sudden, it's like an epiphany or some
Yes.
shit. All of a sudden, you see stuff real clear.
Hello.
Clear love could be a blinding thing, a beautiful thing, but also
I don't want it.
Amen.
I don't want it.
I don't want love. I don't
Keep
want
it. I really am enjoying the alone. Like I really am enjoying the focus that I have, the grind that I'm on, and just worrying about me. It's beautiful.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say I'm necessarily enjoying it. I'm not at
I'm,
that
I'm
point
definitely
yet,
enjoying it.
but I'm not necessarily like against it either.
Mm.
Like I'm just right now. I'm just going with it. I'm following the path I feel like I'm supposed to be on, and we'll see what happens.
You'll get there.
This is where I'm at.
Yeah, you ahead of me.
Yeah,
on the trip.
about a couple months.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying.
You'll get there. Nothing's easy. Change isn't easy when it happens at first. I don't even positive changes. Like I want to move. I don't expect it to be all peaches and cream when I first touched down in Texas. But it's a positive change. But it's gonna come with some challenges, like any type of change does. So I try to stay optimistic, at least when it comes to myself. I can't control other people, and sometimes people can be cynical. So I can only control me, and I try to
No, sometimes people can be delusional,
cynical, all of the above.
crazy.
But I personally just choose to be optimistic about my future, and I'm very, very optimistic about where I'm going.
Yeah, I ain't got no choice. I got a kid.
Yeah, you got somebody else to live for.
I got a kid. I ain't got no choice but to be optimistic and keep going.
Big.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I guess just other world news. I mean, I think
I can't believe that boy Black
wait,
What
what
boy?
that shot up that school.
Somebody shot up a school.
Well, shot up his team, his football players, his co-players,
What?
Really?
his teammates. Sorry, I was like, yeah, it's University
I
of
don't-
Virginia. The black guy, 22 years old, shot the people on the bus on their way back from a school field trip.
For
He
what?
had it on him when he
They
got
don't know
home.
yet.
He shot everybody.
He killed 3 people. They say other people were hurt. I saw a very brief clip of it while I was showering, so I didn't get all the information, but I had heard about it earlier, and I was like, oh, another white person shot up a school child. And then they showed the picture. I was like, oh, he black. So yeah. And the world news. Sorry when you said that. That made me think of that.
Yeah, I
ain't
mean
heard
that's
nothing about that
valid.
yet.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I think
it may have just happened today.
there's so much that
I
tends to
definitely
happen.
haven't been on social
That'd be
media or
hard.
any news site or anything today for sure.
Yeah, I know. This past weekend it was Takeoff's memorial service.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
Lord, I don't want to talk about it. Jesus.
I guess that was one of the world events that did happen since our.
It do seem
our
like the
last
whole world was affected. I've been seeing so much like artwork. I've been seeing some of the most amazing artwork in his honor on some real shit. Like once again, black people is motherfucking
That shooting happened
amazing.
last night. Okay.
Lauren
I just
would
heard about
know.
it today. Yeah. Well, me
I
and between me
I
and
was
Lauren.
gonna say I rely on y'all to tell me about the news. So if y'all haven't reported to the group message, I won't know. I'm gonna be honest. And I literally just told my mama this like last week or two. I'm like, listen, if Lauren and Akeem don't tell me in the motherfucking group text, it ain't happening. Goddamn. Like,
But when it comes to Takeoff's memorial, people have really, I'm really starting to, one thing being single is teaching me even more than before. I don't like fucking people. I never liked people anyway, but I really don't like people. Like these people had a problem with Justin Bieber singing at the funeral.
What? I ain't hear nothing about that.
Yes, it was all over social media. First of all, I don't.
What was the problem?
I guess because he white. I don't know. It's now I have my reservations, but when somebody passes, I think that if the family has asked this person to sing, I think the assumption can be made that there's some type of connection,
they ain't
bond,
gonna
or
just let him
relationship
up
there.
for no reason.
So why the fuck do you motherfuckers care?
100. Biebs is friends with a lot of black people. It is not far-fetched to believe that he was friends with Offset and them, to be completely honest. He's very good friends with Lil Twist and a lot of people from Young Money and stuff like that.
Chris Brown, aren't
Chris
they cool?
Brown, Drake,
Usher?
like he's
Trace
close.
Songz.
Usher is the one who started his career. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely down with the Brown. Like, yeah, he had his little comments when he was younger.
But we gonna let him pass.
But he's been consistently down with the Browns since he got put on by Usher. So for them to have an attitude, I just feel like people need to mind their fucking business. It's up to the family to decide
it's
who the fuck they want to
that
have
shit.
there.
And then I saw something about abortion that pissed me off because
Lord.
it was like, oh, I don't believe you should kill your baby. Newsflash, to be completely honest with you, I don't agree with abortion. But guess what? I'm not a woman and it's not my body. It's
I
not
don't
my
agree
decision
with
to
it,
make.
but I don't believe that I should tell another bitch what she should do with her shit. Now, what I want to do with my shit,
Hello,
that's different. You know what I'm saying? I would never get an abortion. But if the next bitch want to do it, kudos to you, bitch. Do what you
your
gotta
pussy,
do.
your womb.
That has nothing to do with me. The fuck, I will support whatever decision you feel like you needed to make for you. Some people are truly not ready for children, and they know that, and they make that decision likely. Some people do use it for birth control. Whatever the fuck is there for all that.
To me, there's people who have an issue with it being used as birth control, and I can see their argument. But again,
but
it's
it
not
still
your
have
pussy.
nothing to do with them.
So
I don't
who
understand
cares?
why they so mad.
I don't either.
It don't got nothing to do with you.
But yeah, between that and the situation with Takeoff, that I was like, I do not like people.
Ooh, I'm happy I ain't been on that.
And I didn't even hear about that one, especially with the funeral. And like you said, it's one of those things like for someone to even think, and I don't know if they're just trolling, which doesn't make it, better or doesn't give it an excuse.
With more than one person.
It's like you missing the point, though.
Right.
Like a man's life is gone. We trying to pay tribute in this.
Anybody
that's
in the building to give a positive, to add positivity to the situation.
Look, as long as he was hitting the right note,
right.
That's all that matter.
Even if he wasn't.
What's that one post? Don't be at the funeral and you can't sing.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Right.
Every time.
We gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying? As long as that motherfucker can sing, what's the problem?
And that makes sense. Like they've been on songs together, things like that. Like I said, I'll never quit. The only time and I can say if you ain't raised the eyebrow, you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting. So like only time I ever raised the eyebrow or was surprised that someone was saying at a funeral, maybe been Ariana Grande at Aretha Franklin's funeral. That was
why did I know you?
Now that was random.
At the same time, like if the family asked her to come,
but still, that's different. Having a raised eyebrow or being surprised is completely different from the shit that people post too.
What I'm saying, that she shouldn't be there or having this bashing of her online. Like that would be different
what
if
they
you participated in that.
was.
You don't. And social media has led people to believe that everything happens in front of the cameras and for everybody to see it. Everything is on display. I actually found out because of them doing this that Quavo and Bieber are really, really close.
See?
Yeah, they were on the song together too. That's the thing.
But sometimes because they're on a song together, you don't think they have a relationship outside of that, but they're really close. They're tight. So it makes even more sense for this man to be at this funeral singing. But
yeah,
people be mad about the wrong shit.
Exactly.
That
way this world going, that's what you choose to be mad.
Right.
Big deal, big impact on the culture and music and hip hop and everything. So that's easy to him. And
I'm still in disbelief, to be honest.
Yeah, it just sucks when it's always the person who don't want no smoke. It just reminds me of those cases, like when you always hear about drunk drivers and how somebody chooses to drive drunk and they kill someone. They never die. It's always the innocent person who was minding their business that is the one affected. And that's what Takeoff's situation reminds me of. Like he was literally, from the accounts, he just got up to see what was going on and was hit by a stray bullet. He literally was minding his business. And it's always the ones that's minding their business. That's what makes his death like so unfortunate. Yeah. Not saying that anybody else deserved to die, but he really was out of the way.
Right.
Yeah. And those situations are always tough, and it's so much like suffering that goes all around. So obviously somebody lost their someone lost their life. Then you have family. They're obviously there, and people like Quavo, and I imagine the amount of like guilt or things that he's dealing with, and then Offset, and then and when all those things become like full circle when something like that happens, because obviously their situation with everything, and then record label stuff, and
it's always label shit mixed in with personal, just a tinge of personal, but it's always mostly the damn labels and the bullshit that they stir up.
Offset was actually the first person I thought about, even over Quavo, even though Quavo was there, was because he died not on good terms with Takeoff, and I can only imagine
that was the first thing you said. Yeah.
If that was me, like, what would make me sicker, being there when somebody I love died, but I knew that we was good, or not being there and we wasn't talking. And like when you get into it with certain people, you like, let's use for example, like Berto and I can say I don't care, but I cared. And if something would have happened to him during that time, that would have really fucked me up, because we wasn't talking over petty shit, you know? So I think that would fuck me up more, like not being there and not being on good terms, when I know that we could have just had a conversation and rectified it and been on good terms.
That's how I feel about Brittany.
Brittany who?
Ooh.
No, for real. Brittany. Brittany who? I was not being shady. Oh, I don't feel bad.
I do. I bet you don't.
No, I don't feel.
I wouldn't feel bad either. But
I don't feel bad, because had she been any other person that was alive that would have disrespected my mother, she would have got the same smoke. So I'm sorry you passed after saying that, but
hand me a napkin.
that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, she ain't talking about my mom. She talked about my mom adjacent.
Right.
But no, I personally felt bad, because I feel like I hate when I fall out with anybody and we could have simply had a fucking conversation.
But you have to have a person that's willing to have it too.
And I was getting ready to say that the other person has to be willing. I can't be the only one, so I can't necessarily always carry that guilt. But I just hate that shit. I'm like, man.
And the other reason I don't feel bad
what the
too
fuck?
is because what she thought I said about her, I didn't even say. So I have no guilty conscience, because I didn't say what you died thinking I said about you. So I really don't. I don't feel bad,
that, but it still sucks, because it's just like, bitch, we could have just talked about it. Like, this shit.
Well, I tried. I called up there. She called me a punk bitch and told me what number to call. I called up there and I wanted to talk about it. Like, literally, I really wanted to talk about it. But she didn't provide me with that opportunity. So that's why my conscience is clear. And I get it, though.
Right. It's like, I get your feelings as well.
Yeah,
like,
especially if you didn't do anything and they're carrying on. So at this point, the ball is really in their court.
Well, the ball ain't no ball, ain't no court.
What if she came? What if she did want to apologize?
What do you mean? She's not here anymore, Jamal.
That's
why ain't no court.
Oh, that ship has sailed.
Yes.
Oh, now I know. That's the one you talked about before. We talked about your status.
Yeah. Oh, my Leo.
Yeah.
Lauren, I hope you ain't still watching.
She's watching from the other world.
Hello from the grave.
Yeah, from the crypt. Hello from the crypt. We have a mysterious comment.
Oh my god.
A mysterious comment from where?
From down the grave.
Oh. Ooh, child, I just briefly joined her after that statement.
Your mom paid your ass with the silent killers, boy. I'm telling you. He would be fucking Phaedra. I'm telling you.
A skull.
Oh, shit.
Well, I guess on that note, we probably should get into the topic now.
Yeah.
Which
I've definitely seen her at the grocery store trying to contain my laugh. Oh my. Oh yeah, let's get into the topic before we go to hell right now. I'll get struck by lightning.
That's our triplet, everyone. Lauren Carter is our triplet. She be with all the shenanigans.
That's my distant cousin.
Well, today's topic is on interracial dating.
Mm-hmm.
All the ins and outs of it, and yeah, let's get into it. So, thoughts on interracial dating as a whole?
Interracial dating is tricky. Well, let me say this: it is tricky. It's definitely a no for me with white people. Let's just start there. I'm just gonna throw it out. It's a hell to the no for me with white folk. Now, I have actually, my second relationship was kind of interracial because he was Black and Puerto Rican, and he was coming into touch with his Puerto Rican side. To me, he was black when I met him. He looked black. He just had like fine textured hair or whatever.
Mhm.
But when I met his grandmother, his grandmother was full blooded Puerto Rican, if that's the thing, because they're mixed with several different races. But she came from Puerto Rico,
Mhm.
and his mother was both, and he was both. So he was just starting to get in touch. Now he speaks Spanish, and he's really in touch with his Puerto Rican side. But
Oh, my boo.
you talking about Myron? Yeah.
I love him.
So I didn't date
Puerto
Myron when he
Rican
was
side,
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, no, he was very much black.
Puerto
when we
Rican.
met
Right.
him.
Yes. But then I also dated Angel. Angel
The
was
ghost.
yeah, the one y'all didn't meet like that. But Angel was black and Puerto Rican as well. But he was way like his mama was Puerto Rican.
He was invisible. We don't know nothing
But he
about
was
that.
still Puerto Rican, and I still got into the culture the 6 months that we were. Ooh, I just lied that fast. The 2 months that we was
I
together.
was about to say
It didn't
6.
feel like
I would have met him in 6.
It was well, actually, we were together for a month. We dated for a month, and we were together for a month. So I broke
I
up with
miss
him
that
for
food.
undisclosed reasons.
Well, we talking about Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, but like with Puerto Ricans, I consider them. I consider them one of us. The only other discrepancy I've ever had with a race has
It's a
been
no for me.
Asian. I didn't ever think I would find an Asian attractive until the pandemic.
I found one attractive back in the day at one of them St. Margaret Mary dances. He was like one of the DJs or some shit. Baby was fine back then. I never got them digits, but baby was fine.
I never like. Jamal did tell me to keep a.
Well, I was the one who pointed
Open
out
mind.
Jamal's dude, because as soon as that motherfucker walked
But
in
Jamal
the
introduced
bar,
me to
I
a
was like,
guy
baby.
before he was with dude. He introduced me to a guy. I was like, oh my god, he is fine, and he Asian.
Baby,
Okay, and he was. You know, I usually don't like thicker guys either. Like I don't like.
love me a thickie.
Well, now I do. At that time, I was
Stocky
real
motherfucker.
skinny, dark skin was my thing.
I bet you don't like that.
Skinny, dark skin was my
Like,
thing. But no, I'm open minded actually to more interracial dating. I actually
It's that white.
yeah,
If
except
y'all
for
ain't
white.
catch that.
Y'all don't have no chance in hell. Not a goddamn shot over here.
yeah, I think interracial dating definitely can be tricky if you are. I was like, if you're smart, if you know how the world
They say
works,
cock.
if if you're a real person, if you don't approach,
They say cock is an I can't.
I think I'm trying to think about this. So, because there'll probably be some people like we all know or known people, maybe pre the times now, but even people now like, well, I don't see race, I don't see color, things like that.
I
mean, we
hate
know
that.
that's
I don't see
bullshit.
color.
And that's not how the
Shut the
world
fuck up.
works. So like, people like that might feel like, yeah, I'll date, whoever I like. And I think, there's validity in like whoever you fall in love with, you fall in love with. But the world we live in and the beauty of differences, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being different and loving your culture, who you are. Do you
think you can
have to
truly
navigate
be
it.
pro-black if you date?
Absolutely. I
outside
think we
of your
talked
race?
about it.
We
This
talked about
Richard's
that.
topic. Or something. Yeah, you could be absolutely pro-black because I love myself. I love my people. I am not someone who hasn't dated black men, and that would never be a shut off me. Like I'm attracted to black men, and you should be attracted to who you are. If you aren't, there's some
self-hatred.
deeper issues that we would talk about. But as someone who is, with an Asian American man, that those are we're conscious. Like I think it's important to be conscious that like you are two different people, and yeah, you love each other, things like that. But he very much knows that he's like Filipino American. He knows that I'm black, and we are our authentic self around each other. I think that's important too. Like, because you could date someone. I think particularly maybe running this more with white people. I don't want to generalize, but like, you have to. I'm not going to be your only. If I'm the only black person in your life, that's questions right there. And if I am dating you, you're going to accept all like my blackness and who I am and the black things that come with that. So like if my black ass sister or whatever wants to come over, or cousin or whatever. Like,
hello.
She's not toning down who she is. We're not
How
changing
does
to
his
come
family
around.
treat you? His family treats him good. Look
I
how they
was like,
like,
absolutely.
that motherfucker always traveling to visit family members and shit.
No, that's a very valid question, because dating, outside of cultures or things like that, there's anti-blackness in pretty much every culture around the world.
That's why my ex wouldn't let me meet his family, because he had dated multiple black women. I knew that for sure, but he would not let me meet his family for nothing in the world. And he honestly was into it with his parents all the time, and it never made sense. But he was very much, he knew he was white, but he was very much so down with the brown. Like, he wasn't necessarily trying to like act black, but he just had this swag about him that just gelled with like everybody or whatever. But I think that's why he probably didn't want me to meet his family, because he was just so adamant. And that was one of the reasons we broke up, actually, because I'm like, if I can't meet your family, then what the fuck is we doing?
Can't go anywhere. Yeah.
Like, right, like the fuck. Yeah. So
I the people family I met, I mean, I'm not gonna say which one of the people I dated that parents said this, but his grandmother did not like black people.
Sweet Jesus.
And
you know what time she was from as soon as you said grandmother.
She didn't like black people, and I only got a pass because of my complexion. I'll put it to you that way. So that at the time, being 19 years old, I accepted it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm light skinned. And I used to put that in all my stuff. I don't know if you remember, like team light skinned.
Yeah, I remember.
So I was like, yeah, ignorant, 19 years old, whatever.
But you grow, and that's the thing. You grow from those experiences, and even that, like those examples are like when I started. Like, for some people, interracial dating isn't tricky because they haven't learned or grown. For example, that wasn't a tricky situation because it made sense to you at the time. There was an immaturity that came with that, or a level of like, the anti-blackness that seeps in our own community that happens with that one thing is better or another. But yeah, like when you grow and you understand like who you are and how those things are problematic, you don't settle.
See, my issue was that twin tuition, boy, that twin shit. It just jump out. It just, if you on accident, we don't even do it on purpose.
I bet you was gonna say something totally different, but we approached it the exact
same way. Yes, because I was gonna say my only issue with interracial dating, to be honest, from the experiences that I had, honestly, was the cultural differences. For instance, brought Buddy back to my house once. He came inside for just a few minutes. He was picking me up. I was grabbing my things. I was going to spend the weekend with him. This motherfucker came to my mother's house. I'm pretty sure he put his feet on some type of the furniture. It was either the coffee
with
table.
His shoes on or shoe. Well, either way,
my nigga, this your first time being here.
But with your
this
shoes
ain't my house.
on, would definitely get your ass beat. Cause
like,
where the fuck your shoes been?
Like, I can't remember what all else happened.
To me, I don't know.
But it was so many
some
cultural
niggas that
difference.
act like that too. Like
I was gonna say, I did meet a black
like,
chick
like
that did not have no home training. So I guess that's more so on like his
one of your friends.
But well, actually two. But
well, one of your friends came to my house.
I hope she ain't watching.
Well,
it might be, but then
I love you, girl, but bitch, that was a lot of damn toilet tissue. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck you was doing, bitch. But if you listening, you was doing way too much in my brother's bathroom. Okay, I don't know what the fuck.
In there for a minute too, without asking. Okay,
we was outside like I gotta pee. What the fuck is happening?
Nobody said she was going to the bathroom, but yes. So that ties into what I was gonna say about him saying his family is ghetto, because sometimes I feel like it's like a catch-22. Like I can't really blame white people because I particularly don't like ghetto ass families. Like I don't want to be around your people all the time if they don't know how to act and they always loud and they smell like weed all the time and they drinking all the time and they just don't know how to act. They don't know how to act nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
and
that's
I think
just the people my age that smell like weed.
And I think we talked about this before too. I think the difference is absolutely, but it's very. I compare it to the phrase or this whole notion of like, can't nobody talk about my family except me type of thing. So like, yeah, like we might
Sheila ghetto and loud,
yeah,
but you can't say
but
that.
you can't say it type of thing. Or
Shit.
like, yeah, like it the understanding of it is different. So like, you know,
I'm
we
with you,
understand
Roddy.
that
That's me and
we're
my
with people,
cousins.
things like that. But like you not liking them comes with like a whole different, like deeper level, or like you're gonna take this and run with it and think every
yeah.
group of black, like, yeah, I told you this, why I don't go, like, versus like
Mhm.
if you go somewhere, like you're not gonna stop talking to me or look at me differently because
Right.
you went to some like ghetto ass like after set.
Now don't get me wrong, it's a time and a
Now, he
place for
might.
everything. There is a time and a place for everything. I love ghetto-ness when it's appropriate to be in
And when
that
he
space.
mentally
Yeah.
prepared for it.
Yeah, but like I'm not for the going to the restaurant. Where the fuck my food?
Ooh, Lord, no, Jesus.
No. That's
Never.
embarrassing.
Never.
And the way my family is, to be completely honest, I mean, my cousins do all the stuff every other black family do or does, but it's the respect level they have for the older people. It's the relationship we have amongst each other,
Amen.
and it's the way that we conduct ourselves. Because when you're with family, you have to keep in mind that everybody's not in the same age group, and there's a level of respect that comes with how you conduct yourself. Now, sometimes stuff can get a little carried away, whatever it happens, but when it's just you know what I mean, just super I'm like,
You're super ghetto, super disrespectful, super just.
I'm
Super
like,
too much.
I'm good. I kind of like, I'm ready to go.
Like we like ratchet shit, but it gotta be like you said, the right place, right time. Like typically when we go out,
That
ratchet.
I'm prepared for ratchetness.
It is the most ratchet of ratchet.
Getting out the car, twerking,
Listen,
red
on
lights,
top of the car,
hello,
twerking.
doing
We
all of that.
fuck,
What
like,
we did in Houston.
Listen, baby.
Hello,
Oh
got
my
out the
God.
car.
I always love to tell people because when we first pulled up, we had got into it because I had noticed the neighborhood and the way it looked. I thought we was on like 4th and Locust. He wasn't paying attention. He was more so just focused on driving in general and not necessarily his surroundings. So it didn't sink into him that it looked like we was in the hood. We was the most ghettoest thing in the motherfucking neighborhood. We the only ones outside dancing in the middle of the street, loud ass music and shit. Smoke breaks at all hours of the day and night. Like we was the only motherfuckers
Have fun.
straight ratchet. That's why I can't wait for Atlanta.
Oh yeah, Atlanta's gonna be a whole nother.
Because when I say my ratchet, I'm single.
Oh yeah.
So my ratchet gonna be a whole nother.
It's
level.
Atlanta. If you don't get your life, you just might have to be careful with the men.
Ain't nobody gonna be fucking on nothing.
No, I'm not saying.
Let's be clear. Because the first thing I hear about Atlanta is like STD and AIDS. Like, I'm cool. It's gonna be a whole lot of twerking, a whole lot of ratchet, but no fucking.
Yeah,
my little cookie to myself.
Atlanta, and they monkeypox rates is. You got your vaccination? We're gonna be going to the gay bar, so
I get my info.
careful. We don't rub because you can get it from this. So you might want to get your vaccination.
See, now you gonna have me paranoid because if anybody touch me like that, now I'm gonna have to punch their ass immediately.
Girl, you don't want to get arrested in Fulton County. Girl, better keep your hands to yourself. Look at Crystal, I'm gonna have to leave her now. I gotta get back to work.
As long as you call her and tell her to send the bail money, goddamn it, no, because no, like
no, for real, you don't want to go to jail in Fulton or DeKalb County.
And the monkeypox might be working. I'm about to die anyway. Going through all this bullshit. That shit look terrible. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I seen it.
Ooh.
Yes, I know somebody who had it.
You know I'm dramatic. I would what here?
Same.
Yeah, in Milwaukee.
Oh, bitch. See. You know
Hey,
I'm
Stefan.
I would die. Hi, my baby. I love me some Stefan.
What about are y'all? So we have like different races, obviously, but I thought another interesting aspect of talking about this topic was. And Stefan just reminded me. Stefan just reminded me because he's Haitian. So like the cultural difference of dating like a Jamaican or somebody from Barbados or like do y'all feel like that would be difficult with people who like different cultures? But I mean you're a Jamaican, but most people would consider you culturally African American. Most people from Jamaica wouldn't consider you Jamaican because they consider people either first generationers or Jamaicans.
Whenever I meet them, they always they think I'm Jamaican.
They think you Jamaican.
Yeah, like before we introduce ourselves to each other and stuff like that, like they always be like, "You Jamaican, ain't you?" Before I can even open my mouth.
I'm not talking about aesthetically. I'm talking about culturally because from my understanding of the island culture, they don't consider true Jamaicans to be anything outside of first generation.
I'm Jamaican when I'm like, when they ask and shit, I never say or volunteer that like that because of that. But I have had people still say, "Well, girl, you still," and I'm like, no, I don't really know anything about the culture.
I mean, you are who you are.
Like I am, but I'm not. I don't know anything about that culture. I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm 13% British. Yeah. I don't claim that shit. Right. I'm African American. Okay,
yeah, it's what you identify as.
Jamaicans don't be cut. Okay, what's wrong with not being cut though?
Right. They do be cut.
I've been seeing this debate all over
today
social media, and I come to somebody like, "What's wrong with being uncut?" And speaking of that, that's culturally a thing for Mexicans too, not to be cut.
It's culturally a thing for a lot of the world.
Yeah.
Listen,
and,
from what I've heard about Jamaican sex,
I heard they don't eat pussy.
They don't need to be cut.
They don't eat pussy though.
Hey, listen, I ain't never had one to experience it because me personally, I don't think I would want an island man. Me personally, I wouldn't.
Island mans be possessive and
that's what I've always heard too. Like I shouldn't be like I shouldn't place stereotypes on them, but I'm cool. Because after being in a relationship for 12 years, like I ain't trying to be controlled by nobody.
Period.
Unfortunately, it's definitely my way or the highway right now. So
yeah, but I think that to answer your question, I think it would be still interesting, culturally, like, you'll have those shared experiences, that Black experience that will tie you together, but it'll be there'll probably still be some cultural differences, cultural shocks, things you have to learn and grow from.
Roddy.
Roddy, your ass picky. You single, ain't you?
Yeah, and is.
And is. Motherfucker, you got too many motherfucking stipulations. I thought I was picky. Shit.
I think if you met somebody and you liked everything about them except for that they wasn't cut,
he would definitely peel the skin back if he liked a motherfucker.
Yeah, you would and I would hope because there's a lot of misconceptions about uncut people that it's some stuff out there that I've never experienced, like this cheese on your dick. Like, I don't know.
I've seen it. I swear to God.
I have gone a day without a shower before, and I've still not experienced this cheese.
I saw it. I was like, what the fuck is this? But fuck up out of there.
Well, I think that's the misconception about everything. Misconceptions about certain cultures, race, penises.
True.
However you want to.
But no, the penis thing is real. Like that's backed by science.
Yeah, like absolutely.
What, that white men have smaller penises than black men?
Yeah. On average, of course, there's differences.
Except for one.
Yeah.
I don't know about the others, but I had one.
Yeah, like absolutely. Like, well, I was talking about the uncut thing.
Is she supposed to? She looked confused. Bye,
Kiana. But yeah, I mean, I was talking about more the uncut thing this side.
It is hard in Milwaukee. The dating pool. Hold on, I'm sorry, Mom. I feel this in my heart because I was just talking about this yesterday. The dating pool in Milwaukee fucking sucks. I am so sick of hearing what you doing. I'm fingering my ass. That's what I'm doing. Leave me the fuck. I'm so tired of hearing that shit. These niggas they don't know how to court a woman. They don't know how to date a woman. They don't know how to do shit. Don't nobody ever be like, how you doing? You free today? Let's go on a date. Don't nobody ever do that.
Child.
But you always want to know what the fuck I'm doing. Tired of talking to your ass. Like, what the fuck is we doing here?
I can say that because I'm not dating right now, but like before my last situation, I've noticed that like I feel like an anomaly in the gay world because I like to go on dates. It's like, let's come over, let's chill. Well,
take your sister out because these niggas ain't doing it.
It's going on. Like, let's do something. And then the other thing is that niggas is not financially stable enough for me. They don't have, even when I didn't have a car, they didn't have what I had.
Yeah,
and that's so facts. For me,
that's facts.
I'm sorry, this is gonna sound kind of like elitist, but I'm done dating people who can't match.
Period.
I got a car. I got multiple jobs, so that means I have a stable income enough to take care of myself. I don't need you, and I have a place to stay over my head. I need you to have your own, all of that.
Period. And I had somebody just because I know how to cook. Oh, I'm gonna need you to cook me something. Hell the fuck no. What the fuck makes you think that after a long day of work, answering calls all day, doing my second job of catering, I want to cook for your motherfucking ass for free? The fuck? You ain't put no groceries in my house. You ain't offered to pay me for my labor, no nothing. The fuck? I'm supposed to cook for you just because you like me? Kiss my ass. These niggas is weak. These niggas is weak. How about you offer to cook for me, motherfucker? I'm always cooking. The fuck?
Right, or I'll buy the groceries.
These niggas trash, bro.
Something. It's all about the.
Had a nigga talking some. Is your pussy shaved? You ain't never gonna say it. The fuck you want to know for? I'm real hard on these niggas, like real hard.
I got blocked?
These bitches talk about that shit. I live that shit. I'm
why
hard
I got
on
blocked
these
on
niggas,
Facebook because this dude randomly wrote me.
Weak
Right,
ass
he was an
nigga.
attractive guy too. Like he was cute. He had a nice body, everything. He like, yeah, what's up? We talking back and forth or whatever. And then he was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm at work." He was like, "Let me see that dick." And then he sent me a picture of his. And I text him back and I said, I could have went my whole life without seeing that.
Period.
And then he blocks me. But that is the biggest turnoff ever. Is to approach me with that first. Even to be
Don't
honest
talk
with
to
you,
me about sex.
even
first.
if that's what the fuck might be on my, I just don't like the straight to the.
It's
like,
an immediate turn off.
Bye.
He got immediately friend zone. He don't even know.
Yep.
Immediately. And if he say anything else, he will be blocked.
I need to get familiar with my block.
Well,
button.
Stefan, you know how to cook and make drinks. You can always be together.
Stefan will be at the Christmas get together making drinks.
I'm sorry, I was molesting him.
What are you apologizing to me for?
And that is.
Me and him finna get real familiar.
I need to. Okay. Save that
But yeah, like dating in Milwaukee, I'm over it.
I think that maybe,
and I ain't even really dating for real. That's what's fucked up. Like
since we own this topic, like dating in
up.
Milwaukee, like maybe try dating, like looking in places that you don't usually look. Go to a white people event. And
Nigga, now you know more than anybody that I do that, and that is produce nothing.
Have you like tried to pursue white men?
Now you know the answer to that, and once again, it has produced nothing.
I bet you they ain't the ones that you talking about. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing?
They definitely ain't saying what you doing, what you doing, what you doing. But I have definitely approached actually a few white guys since this time has come, and yeah.
Well, nothing's come of it. Carrot Man. So Donzel has he went on his first date with the white guy, and that guy was weird. And it wasn't a great date. And I told him, not the carrots. And I told him he should have never did it anyway. Keep the pink meat. So y'all
listen, the one I had wasn't pink, baby. It was very much brown.
Yes, a white people event.
And it was delicious.
Y'all in the comments, y'all, what race is white the only race y'all not open to?
You know what? Maybe I'm just a hoe because I was dating Italians in middle school, white dudes. That was almost all we really had.
Why does that make you a hoe?
But I was gonna say,
I don't know.
and that was
Maybe I just had variety.
Right. But no, but
that makes you,
But that was my point earlier.
Yes, it was brown and it was delicious.
Before we move on to this, what I was trying
and
to
it
make
was
earlier
big.
is I think, you're obviously.
You better stop playing with me, Stefan.
You're attracted to who you obviously are around, or you should be. So if you're black and you're around black, you should love black people. But like you're obviously, I think, going to be more attracted to what you see, and the more you like experience things and see things, like you'll open your eyes. So like, so obviously when it comes to like other races outside of white, because that's a whole different thing, and I understand that.
Yes, dismiss.
But yeah, you're gonna have these misconceptions or these stereotypes or thoughts of like this and this, because you're on the round. But it makes sense for you, like you said, you were dating a lot of different guys because like you had seen a lot of different guys and realized that there is attractiveness in other people, because you were able to like firsthand experience that.
I definitely didn't discriminate back in the day.
See, I don't know. Italians are white to me, so I consider them. They consider white, but they like the black people and white people.
Yeah, because Tony Stanley was like
Michelle
the Bart
too.
Simpson of white people. Like he definitely was not.
Michelle and her mama, I fuck
out
with them too. So like, they definitely the
her
black
moms
people.
especially is swagged out for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
But Puerto Ricans only get a pass because they have black. Well, not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them.
I still give Hispanics a pass because I feel like we go through the same struggles in the country.
It depends, because Mexicans, no, they don't get a pass.
Oh.
Mexicans don't get a pass.
It just depends on like the, I guess the.
And what's up? Okay, so since we talk about stereotypes,
Oh Lord.
We talk about stereotypes. Is it true from y'all experience? Because I did meet a shitty Mexican or Hispanic. Like they be shitty.
Crazy.
Oh,
Mexicans. They say that Mexicans be shitty.
That's an answer. That's a question for you, Jamal. I ain't got no experience with that, baby. I dated a Mexican, but I never fucked
The
him,
guy that did
and
that
I
was
definitely didn't
Mexican.
fuck him in the ass.
The guy that did that on him was Mexican.
For real, the dude with the runny booty was Mexican. The dude with the waterfall from his ass. Wow. So it definitely well.
I don't
have more
I don't
shitty
endorse
black than
this.
Latino. Well, I'm just saying this is a stereotype that I've heard, so I was asking.
Look,
Yeah, sure.
Donnie.
That's what the stereotype is, that Mexicans be shitty. Wow. And I have met a shitty, that he wasn't Mexican, he was Puerto Rican. It was like a one night stand type of situation. He was shitty. And you know the fucked up part, the rice and beans.
They can't control their mud. Not the rice and beans.
Let me tell you what made him in particularly a little bit, like it turned me off. Like I never hit him up again.
Oh my god.
Because the next morning I didn't even know that he had already got shit on the condom.
Like on the sheets.
No, it went on the sheets.
Oh.
But he went to the bathroom and wiped himself, and he didn't flush the toilet. So all his shitty toilet paper was in there.
No.
Yeah.
I thought they left like skid marks on the bed.
Oh no.
That was somebody else's story, but I can't remember who told me that.
No.
But they
Surely wasn't one of them.
They got.
Well, we didn't have
Yeah.
we didn't have sex on my bed. We had sex on the living room floor when I lived on 79.
Okay.
So
I just remember
I
someone
walked on
saying.
that floor, man.
I don't remember who told me that.
towards the end when I was leaving. So
Oh, okay, then I probably didn't
I don't
get
remember
it.
who told me, but yeah, they had skid marks on there. But what do we
Not chupacabra.
do for our Mexican viewers? Oh my god.
what do we do? We're not saying that this is true. We're just we can talk about black stereotypes too. I mean, what are the negative stereotypes about black people?
I don't know.
Oh, Sam, it was a drunk
I
night.
ain't heard no stereotypes
drunk
about
night.
us. I always just hear,
All the stereotypes about black people in bed are like good. They
exactly,
got big dicks.
because we don't fucking play. We're superior in dance, sex, and sports for sure.
But that has been, I guess, even though none of those things are bad, but I guess
Loose
with
goose too.
the
Loose booty.
hypersexuality has also caused harm in our community.
And both
And
men and
fetishizing.
women. They both. Women are sexualized and black men are fetishized.
Mhm.
So
Extremely. And see, y'all, it's worse, I feel like, for y'all, because it be from a bunch of different races. Normally for black women, just to be 100, it's mainly like black guys. Mainly. It is some other
It is.
sprinkles, in there, but mainly the main portion is
Mhm.
black. You motherfuckers, y'all gotta worry about the white bitches, the white men. I always be concerned because I always revert back to Emmett Till. Always, whenever like a white woman wants to date a black guy, and I always get nervous because I'm like, "What is this bitch?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Please be
my
careful."
cousin that passed away, he exclusively dated white women. That was his type.
That was his zhuzh. For
And
real.
yes. And I think a part of it was because I loved him, but a part of it to me was because he could control them. Because he was spoiled. He was the youngest. He was spoiled. He always got everything he wanted, and I felt like he figured out very early on in life it was easier to control a
And
white
let's
woman.
keep it 100. He has always wanted to be the one in control from as long as I've ever, like, from the time you introduced me to him. He's always wanted to be in control. That's why we couldn't continue fucking with each other, and he had to start messing with Forehead. Because he could get that goofy ass bitch to obey. Goddamn man, me. I'm like, no.
Yeah, he was definitely, he had his type, and I did not like that for the longest. I grew to accept it, but I did not like that for the longest. He
wanted a black woman though, like as far as like to fuck. I don't know about a relationship.
Yeah, he had sex with black women, but he would never
definitely fantasize about them.
But I came to accept it. Like that's what he liked. Like I like what I like. So
that's why a lot of black men like them white hoes, because them bitches nasty. They do a lot of
no shade.
shit.
White girls are nasty. Would you mean nasty like freaky or nasty like they not clean?
Both. Shit. They eating ass and they pussy ain't clean.
They
What
be
you mean?
cashing though.
And see, and that's why a lot of motherfuckers fuck with them.
No, the one time in my life when I had to do what I had to do to pay what I had to pay, it was the African man that was giving me money. The white guy that I was fucking with, he would only buy me food. Whenever I asked for anything more than food, he'd be like, I ain't got it.
The one trick I
What's
had
going on?
was definitely Puerto Rican. And he definitely was uncut and he definitely had that little nasty cheese shit.
I want to see it.
I don't never want to see that shit again.
I want to see it because I want to know.
I was so traumatized.
I thought people was making that shit up.
No, it's real.
Because I'm like, I ain't never seen it on my own dick. So
it's very real.
I don't know. Ain't nothing wrong with a little ass.
We about to clear Jamal's sinuses in this bitch.
I'm about to be cured.
Kareem, what you mean ain't nothing wrong with a little ass? Not the cheese.
They said
dick.
they tricks. They ain't got that many tricks from what I see in porns though. It's just like from what I see, the main thing that they do that like most black women don't is like they let dudes fuck them in the ass. Like, and they let them completely disrespect them during sex too. But like other than that, they really ain't got no tricks like that. I ain't seen no white bitch do no. I watch a lot of porn to learn tricks, and I ain't seen not a now white bitch do some shit like I gotta study this. I gotta do this later on. No, they ain't got tricks.
Jamal.
They ain't got tricks.
So I've been getting into bisexual porn lately. It's been really giving me my life, honestly.
And if they got tricks, send me that porn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but some of the stuff I've been seeing, I'm like, oh, I want to try. I was just talking to someone a couple days ago, and I'm like, I want to have sex with a girl, with a guy though. Like, I was like, that look fun.
Definitely want a threesome.
And I want to have sex with a trans man.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they give the male aesthetic, but they have a pussy though. So I'm
See,
like,
I want the opposite. I want the trans woman with the penis.
So you
like T.S. Madison, baby, call me with that big ass dick. We can make something happen. Like I would be very interested in sucking them big ass titties while I'm riding that big ass dick. I'm very like, what is happening here?
What lost you, Denzel? What's so good, Kareem? I feel like they talking about the same thing. The sex with a trans man. And I'm talking about all this sex, child.
Ain't fucking nothing.
No,
me neither.
I don't even have time. That's probably why I be getting off on these porns like that. Like,
me and my little vibrator been real acquainted lately.
No, because like I feel like I've been living vicariously through these new porns I've been watching. So I'm like, oh, this shit is. I love me a trans man. Do we have any in this city and state?
A trans man?
I mean, I know we have them, but they're not like on the scene like that. Like I haven't met. I met one actually,
like that.
And I've always wanted to do a bisexual threesome, but the trans man, I don't know, because I need the dick. Well, hey, do what's best for you. Shit.
Period.
Bisexual threesome. Then
penetration is important.
You need the dick. We do have, they on the scene. Well, I haven't really met one, or I haven't found one I saw attractive. But let me tell you what I don't find attractive. I just thought about it. With the trans men that have converted their clit into a penis. When I had jacked back in 2020, somebody sent me the penis. Like a trans man sent it to me. It looked like shrimp.
So like an enlarged clitoris?
It looked like shrimp. I was like, it took me a minute to figure out what it was. I was like, why would he send me that? Because that was a turn off. I was like, oh no. It's like a little penis, but you can fuck it. Yeah, it wasn't. I don't want. I want a trans man with a pussy. Keep it. Just, we don't need you to have. I just ate. I'm about. Because he wanted you to suck on it. That was not. I don't even eat real shrimp.
I'll say he don't like seafood. I don't see it happening.
I was not about to do anything with that. Brittany, turn around.
Listen. I tried to stay out of that one.
That's what you had, and it was muy caliente. What you had, Kareem? Because that sounded like an STD the way I was reading.
The small little shrimp penis.
Well, you had a small little shrimp
away
penis?
from.
I wouldn't want that.
I didn't. I laughed at it and ran away.
Wait, you talking about from like a guy?
I'm talking about Taylor Erkey.
Oh my God,
Oh,
not
was
his
that this
government.
reception? Oh well, I'm
Oh,
sure
my
his
lamb.
penis hasn't grown since we dated. So
I like my
Oh,
man like
well.
me, a trans man, not the shrimp penis.
shit, not all black men got a big dick either. I've seen some small black dicks too.
The smallest dick I ever seen came from a black man.
I was so disappointed too because before that one guy, I didn't think that small penises came on black men at all. I, didn't
I
think that
saw
was
one.
possible.
It complete. My thumb is
Mhm.
bigger than his dick, and I'm no lie. And people who have been with him, like who knew I was dating him, somebody had said something that told me something. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But then I saw it was brick. It was funny. It was hard not to laugh at. It's hard not to laugh at. But at the time I was like not bottoming at all, so I didn't care about how big anybody's dick was, big or little. But it was just funny to look at because he was built like, he was muscular.
He was one of them
and it was like this
bodybuilders.
little.
In my experience, the more muscular, the more like smaller the penis is.
Really?
Mhm.
I'm trying to think because
I ain't never seen a muscular man with a big dick.
most guys I date have small dick though, so I don't know. Like, or
That's
smaller.
unfortunate as fuck. Oh yeah, never mind. I forgot.
Because now
forgot.
that I enjoy being a top and a bottom, you're not finna come over here with nothing bigger than 8.
That's lovely, but
Uh-uh.
kill me, goddamn it, with your dick. Like choke the fuck out of me. Stuff all of that down my
No,
throat.
ma'am.
And please let it be big.
No, ma'am. I don't even like sucking dick. So if it's big, I don't. What am I doing with this?
And I think that's why it's important to experience things because sometimes you
Look,
you-
oh well.
things
I don't know
surprise
nothing
you.
about not liking sucking dick. So.
Things surprise you.
Lord, they give me these big ass lips and big ass mouth for nothing in this bitch.
Mm-mm.
Shawty got gifts. She's blessed.
I mean, of course I'll do it, and if I'll get into it if I like you, but it's not something like how some people can get off on just sucking dick, like just go give somebody head and they'll be all right.
Oh,
I can't do that.
oh, I'm sorry. Should I exit?
I can't do that. Actually with casual sex, I'm not bottoming. Well, I have a few times, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not bottoming in casual sex at all.
Period.
Yeah, I don't bottom often, but I'm gonna need some with some length. Nope, you can have 5 inches. You look all right. That's how big my dildo is.
But I say this all the time, and it's different, obviously for Brittany or someone who's been around or had dick. But I think sometimes size is subjective, and some things are bigger and smaller than what we actually think they are.
Well, with the man, you have to think about it like our G spot is in our ass, but it's like right there. It's not deep. So 12, 8, 10 inches, that's going past the G spot. That little dude with the little dick that's the size of my thumb, if we were dating, he could fuck me because his dick probably do exactly what it needs to do.
I want a dick so big it's gonna go in my pussy and out
That's
through my
5
throat.
inches.
Fuck that.
That look,
I mean, not like the width, but like imagine if it was the size and
it got
Jamal
curve
breaking
too.
shit.
then like
10 would get me right together. I need a good 8 to 10.
Period, Kareem. Like this
I
man
get good.
tripping. Only 5 days. 5 to fuck I'm gonna do with that. It's gonna take 40 days. Period. Period, Kareem. This man was tripping with 5. So y'all feel me? The fuck? 5.
5 to 8 inches.
I feel like Drake. I mean, I feel like
Soulja
Soulja
Boy.
Boy. Drake. The fuck? No. 5.
That remote is small as fuck. This remote is probably almost too big.
Baby.
This remote almost too big.
I want a motherfucking penis that's gonna go in my pussy.
Oh, and
in
it can't
my
be
tonsils.
too girthy either. Like that little wide shit.
Please
keep
be
it.
thick. Please be thick. Please rub all the walls. The width is important depending on the pussy. Even if it's boy pussy or girl pussy, the width is important depending on the pussy.
But most white men is smaller than that. So
Right. See, period, sister. See, I was waiting for you to come back, bitch, because we was just
don't
talking about
nobody
giving
want no
head.
pencil dick. I do.
And my sister said that the girth is where it's at, honey. Yes.
Give me the
I
pencil
want,
dick.
I want
That's why I think
all that down my throat so
it's
I can squeeze that shit.
different
in my
dicks for
throat.
different folks. But you like, I feel like some people low key be jacking when they say certain shit they want. Because I've heard stories about people with bigger dicks like that, and women and men getting them and not knowing what to
Your
do with it.
homegirl swears she want like a leg.
Who?
Jade.
Jade.
Yes.
Our friend Jade.
Yes.
That do makeup, Jade.
Yes. She always tell me she want like an extra big ass dick, like literally a leg. I'm like, bitch, that's too big. Now you're doing too much.
Well, you know she got. she her own.
Oh my. I think also, it just depends on what you look like. I think it's fine. I think it is fine when you're to be maybe more picky when you are hooking up, whatever, one night stands, like you can know what you want. But like, you know, if you do meet somebody, like obviously sex is important.
Oh
like,
shit.
If they have maybe everything else, like it might even out to like, I don't know, I guess a B plus. So if the penis is a C plus,
just getting stabbed.
Everything else is a B, then it averages out or something.
But could you feel the stabbing? Like if it's a pencil, like can you feel that?
I don't want nothing that's going to rearrange. Thank you, cousin. Finally, somebody.
I don't want nothing that's going to rearrange the furniture. Just rub it a little bit. Just rub the furniture.
Yeah, but then I always say, like, you know, I always say, like, it's hard to get the total package with everything. So, like, you know, they might have the most dick, whatever, but then horrible to date.
Somebody with a big dick can stab you too, because people don't realize, even though it's an ass, it is a way to make it so that it don't hurt as much. Oh, Jamal mic ain't working.
Broke.
Unplugged it when he was breaking stuff, moving shit around.
Denzel said, "I'm not trying to literally be poked."
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it does to me. It doesn't matter the size of the penis. If you know what you're doing, you can make it not hurt as much, or make it pleasurable for someone. But
I mean, it is some little penises out here that know how to work they shit. Yeah. But that's very few.
And it's everything in between.
Do you say that because you know that, or do you say that because that's
I say that because I know
people say?
No, I say that from personal experience.
Because like for me, I'm saying like since I've been bottoming more. Now let's be clear, like my last 2 relationships were not my first time bottoming, and so even with the people that were before them, they never had like enormous dicks or whatever. But they weren't terrible to me.
Exactly.
I enjoyed our sex life.
Yeah. I had some smaller ones that wasn't, you know, terrible.
Trash.
Right. It wasn't trash. It was cool. But I would still prefer.
Mm-hmm. And that makes sense.
I mean, to each his own. I just don't want to dick shame people with smaller dicks like they're useless.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe I'm just biased because I prefer.
Well, there are some that are useless, and there's some that ain't.
Oh no,
it's a very distinct difference.
Because imagine like if this guy who didn't have like the biggest dick, maybe let's just say like this, even though I don't think this is that one. Oh, or this is something, but like they had the best like oral and was the best kisser and like, you know, had everything like the things to make. Like, I think people know that they have to make up for certain things.
Because I don't think I've ever had anybody casually or in a relationship who's had everything.
That's the part where my mic was cut off. What I was saying.
Compensate at some point for something because nobody has everything. So I think it ends up working out. If you don't have the biggest dick, you better know how to eat the best pussy. Yeah. You know, you got to compensate for what you don't know how to do or don't like doing.
Well, I had a white man who was very good in every category.
The category is body. I've met one or two that did. But my thing is, that's not. Most people don't have everything, so
it's very seldom that
you are gonna have to work with most people at some capacity. You know, in an area, I need someone who will. Oh, y'all just build different. Jesus.
It depends on what that area is, because it's some shit that I can't. It's non-negotiable. Like I will not be able to mess with nobody who head weak ever again in life. Not saying that the last person I messed with was. I'm just saying, like, my requirements got requirements, especially for sex. And you have to come with some A1 top-notch shit, because I know what I'm bringing to the table. So if you can't match me, oh no, you got to go.
Well, I thought I had everything, but I may have to reevaluate. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Not build a big.
Head good, sex whack. We won't work. What about head good, sex decent?
Right, or are
Head
y'all,
fire,
or what if
sex
they're willing to practice or
doable.
get to that point? Or
Yeah,
like,
be patient with them. Teach them.
I done been there, done that already. Respectfully, I'm not doing that again.
You know what? You got a point because I've been with people who can't kiss, and I love kissing. That's one of the that turns me on more than anything else.
I'm
And
not
I can't
teaching
teach you to
nobody
kiss.
nothing, especially we in
I
our
can't.
30s and shit now too. Like I'm not teaching.
If you don't know how to
motherfucker
kiss
nothing.
and you 55
If we
goddamn
don't-
years old,
If we don't click, bro, it just ain't meant to be on some real shit. I'm not teaching nobody a motherfucking thing.
yeah,
Nope.
yeah. I don't know if I got the patience. Maybe in my
They
20s.
can be teachable, but I'm just not up for the. I'm not up for
But
that.
you got to think about it to a degree. You do have to teach people how to get your chemistry right with each other, because when you enter into a new relationship, you have to learn each other. So people do require a little bit of teaching.
I mean, it depends on who you messing with, but on some real shit, and I ain't never even said this on the show, I am very attracted to sexual energy. I can meet a man and pinpoint off his sexual energy if he is going to match me and if that shit will be good. So, with that being said, I'm not teaching a motherfucker nothing because my intuition ain't never led me wrong when it comes to that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever like thought the energy was there and then was totally wrong?
I've never thought the energy was there and was totally wrong. Never. Anytime that I felt that energy, it's always been spot the fuck on.
Have you ever kissed somebody who randomly like try to bite you in the kiss?
Yes, or too much slob, or like
I'll be like,
run their tongue over your teeth or some shit. Like what
taught you this?
Is you cleaning my teeth? What is we doing in this motherfucker, bro? Like,
do y'all?
It's a lot of motherfuckers that can't kiss.
And you know what else is a turn off to me when it comes to kissing somebody? You ever try to kiss somebody who's too anxious? You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like that. Like boy, that's that. Oh, that turns me off. Down. Like calm your ass the fuck down. Like hanging like a dog, tongue hanging out their mouth. Like
I've
boy,
had
if you don't sit
that
there,
have literally taken my breath away. Though.
Yes,
like I've had some kisses so good, I think I passed out in that nigga arms. Like oh.
Do y'all?
I had some kisses so good I came off.
Okay, like nigga. Ooh.
I love kissing. I came off on kissing.
Now was that did that just happen, or were you like stroking your?
I touched myself like while we were kissing, but it was so.
I didn't have to.
I just struck. I only had to do it like twice. It was like, whoo.
That's most niggas in Milwaukee.
So do y'all in the comments and here? Do y'all kiss and make out with someone after they perform oral sex on you?
I gotta really like you.
Yeah, I've done it in relationships. I don't think I've ever done it with somebody just because we was fucking. I do it in relationships though, for sure.
I have actually.
Even if they eat ass, it's my ass.
But he was a reoccurring sex buddy, and yeah. I used to taste good on his lips, so I just put it like that. So and
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we on a very strict diet. I mean,
not a very strict diet.
Look, that's what my mind had.
Well, let me just say goodbye first because I gotta pee. See ya.
Deuce, Brit Brat.
Right. It's my dick in my ass.
It's my dick and my ass cream. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that adds to the turn on for me.
Right. I like to taste. I like to taste myself.
Yeah, let me taste meat on your lips. It better be clean.
Well, we have about 2 minutes left, so we're about to wrap up because we're on a strict time, and I'm really hungry, but I'm not about to get nothing to eat because I'm trying to be good about that. But I am gonna do some grocery shopping, just do some meal prepping. But that was me talking out loud. But this has been another episode of Horizontal Refreshments. Thank y'all for the engagement. It's been awesome. This was interracial dating. I hope y'all learned some things.
We might have to do part 2.
Yeah, because I feel like we only
need some guests.
Surface.
It looks like.
Yeah, all 12 of y'all, right? 15 of y'all piled up in here.
Right.
Yes, but thank you for watching. Once again, I'm Jamal P.
I am Donnie Akeem, whichever you prefer. And that's Brit Brat, short and sweet, gone to the bathroom.
Yes, and I hope y'all enjoyed it and had some drinks and food and all that. But we are out of here.
So before we go, I want to answer Letitia's question. The next podcast will be, we do it every 2 weeks. So it starts at 6. I don't know if we're going to do Monday or Sunday yet. We got to get it together. But definitely, Kareem, you can come. we definitely can have you in studio. We wanted you here before, but that's when we usually Sunday or Monday at 6, and it's every 2 weeks.
All right.